I'm Clara Hermit, and this is The Naked Truth. I am naked, telling you the truth, truth. What ya say about that? Today is another day. It's a great day, and I wanted to do a video touching on the idea of manifestation. I know there's loads of videos on YouTube, mostly because I've been watching ones that are entitled I Manifested My Husband. I've always been really interested in the law of attraction and manifestation and the power of our minds, and I just wanted to do a little video on it. Can we manifest what we want? And manifestation is like, when you think of it, do you think of it being like this weird magical word, or do you think of it as being like, no, that's just standard, like that's just what you do, that's just how the world works? Because I never thought of it as that's how the world works. And I remember when I was first given the Secret DVD, there's a book called The Secret, and it kind of made out that like law of attraction is like this big secret, whoa, and manifestation is like this big magical secret. But it's actually not. It's kind of what we do on a daily basis. We do it all the time. And in fact, when you look at the world as we see it, the man-made world, so if you look at a house, a car, if you look at your phone, your shoes, anything, all of those things started as a visualization in somebody's mind, and then it would have gone onto paper, and then it would have gone through all of these stages to end up as something physical. But it starts in our mind. So our minds are creating what becomes our physical reality. You can be like, yeah, okay, that works. If I think, oh, I'm hungry, I want to go to Tesco's or whatever supermarket and buy myself a loaf of bread. I know, because I've done it loads of times before, and I've got £2, that I can go to Tesco's and buy a loaf of bread, and I'm pretty much sure there's going to be a loaf of bread there because Tesco's has loads of loaves of bread. But that's still manifestation. You're still thinking about something, and then you're taking the actions required to make that something a reality. Once the things we want to create get bigger, and they're things that we haven't created before, that we haven't done before, that's when our minds and our lack of belief start to cause us a problem and start to get in our way and start to stop us from manifesting what we want. And I've experienced this loads in my life, and there was a time where I was doing loads of stuff on YouTube for Grime Daily, and I had a show called Week to Week, and it was going really well, and I had an agent, and I was going to meetings with different channels, and I literally had screen tests for lots of different channels. I had meetings with producers for programs, for TV shows, which is what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to do that. And I got to that level, I was in the rooms with those people, but I never got the jobs. I never got the jobs. And I used to get really frustrated and angry about it. Like, why am I getting the jobs? Why am I getting the jobs? But when I think about it now, I never believed that I could have those jobs. And because I didn't believe I could have those jobs, I would go into that room, and the vibe that I was giving off would be different. Because you know that for a fact. If I go into a room believing that the people in that room like me and they want to hear what I've got to say, I'm going to be confident, I'm going to be shining, I'm going to feel like they are listening to what I'm saying, they want to hear it. If I go in there thinking, I'm not good enough to do this, these people, they don't really want me to do it, it's not, because all of these thoughts were going through my head, I'm going to be maybe shy, a bit introverted. When they start to ask me questions, I might struggle to think of the answers because I'm not free and open to the situation that's being presented. Manifestation isn't just about we want something, we see it in our mind, and then ping, it appears. Manifestation is about we see something and we want it in our mind, but then we have to believe in it, and the belief is the energy that helps us create and helps us find the motivation to do the work that will get us to that end goal. Because manifestation isn't literally just about going, right, I want something. If I sit here and visualize it for long enough, it's magically going to appear. We still have to put in the work, but we lose motivation if we don't believe it's really going to happen. Why are we doing it? Why am I doing all of this work when I don't believe that I'm really going to get to the top of that mountain that I want to get to, that I'm really going to get that job that I want to get, that I'm really going to pass my exams that I want to pass? So if we don't have the belief, if we can't cultivate that belief, we'll lose motivation, and then we stop trying, and we stop trying to achieve those goals, and we stop trying to make those things a reality. What's spoken about in spirituality is that there is only ever now. And what I mean by that is we can talk about tomorrow, we can remember tomorrow, but we can't go back there. I can talk about an hour's time. I can think about what I'd like to happen in that hour's time, but I can't go there, I can't be there. So in an hour's time, it will still be now. It will always be now, 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 now. I can't go back to those nows that I just said, and I can't go forward to now, now, now. So everything always happens in the now. It always happens in the now. And that's it. That's a fact. It doesn't happen in the past. It doesn't happen in the future. It happens in the now, now, now. So if you want to create something, then you have to start feeling the feelings, believing and acting as if you already had what you want. Now, if what you want is to have £1 million, I don't mean go and blow all your cash and do all of that. It's not about physical activity. It's about the way that you present yourself. What would the millionaire you think and feel? How would the millionaire you act in your lessons at school, in your 9-to-5 job? How would that person, if you know that that's going to happen, if you can believe it, if you can make it knowledge to yourself, how differently will you be acting in your current situation, because you know that's coming to you? And when I speak to my friends who are successful, who are doing amazing stuff, who are doing like world tours or are all over TV or are creating this amazing life for themselves, the one thing that stands out to me, they're not always positive, they're not always happy, shit still happens to them, but the one thing that stands out above every single thing else is that they believe that all of it is possible, and they believe in themselves, and that is what they have. We're not taught self-belief, and if your parents weren't taught self-belief, then they're not going to know self-belief to pass on to you. School doesn't teach us self-belief unless you're really lucky and you went to a school where a teacher made that priority. So if you don't know about it, and if you haven't had it, and you're like, shit, Clara, yeah, I don't have self-belief. How can I get self-belief? How can I get myself some of that? Right, okay, so here it goes. This is where I am at, and this is what this whole Naked Truth is about. What I learn, I can teach to you, and you can hopefully use it, and you can use it in your life to create the kind of lives you want, to attract the kind of people you want, the situations you want, the opportunities you want, all of that stuff. So there's lots of different things you can do. You can create a vision board, which I should probably do another video on to go into depth about that, but it's basically a collection of images and words. So you put the images on there, so it might be like the kind of house you want to live in, or the country you want to live in, or the kind of car you want to have, and you put words around it that when you imagine having that thing, you visualize having that thing that you feel. So it might be that you feel accomplished, you might feel happy, you might feel ecstatic. So you put those kind of emotional words on that board as well. You can visualize, that's what I'm talking about. So visualization, getting yourself relaxed so the mind is quiet, and then focusing and seeing yourself in that situation, but not just seeing yourself, you have to feel it. And if when you see yourself in that situation, you feel something negative, you need to investigate that and work out what's happening in your subconscious, because that's where a lot of our beliefs are stored. They're not even really in our conscious mind, they're in our subconscious mind, so we're not so aware of them. But you need to dig in there, drag them out and just throw them away, chuck them away, or work on them. So every time you're having those beliefs, so it might be like you're going through your day, check in. What am I thinking right now? You might want to put little notes for yourself to remind yourself to check in. What am I thinking right now? And if it's not positive, change the thought from a negative thought to a positive thought. Change it right then and there. You have the power to do that. Yeah, you think, oh, I don't choose my thoughts. You can choose your thoughts should you wish to. They just appear in your mind. So change them. Don't waste your time thinking something negative. Think something positive. If you're going to think the worst is going to happen, why not just think the best is going to happen? It doesn't take any more energy. You're no more right or wrong. Because normally when we think the worst is going to happen, the worst doesn't happen. So why not think the best is going to happen? If it doesn't happen, it doesn't. It doesn't matter. But at least it was nice while you got to think about it. So start expecting the best. Start thinking the best in every situation. So we've got the vision board, we've got visualization, and then affirmation. And I know this one is hard because I feel like such a dick when I stand in front of the mirror, look myself in the eye, and I'm like, I am worthy of having what I want. But those things work. Getting used to hearing those words, talking to yourself positively, and just the energy of positive words is so powerful and so important. So they're just 3 ways in which you can start to work on manifesting what you want, but also journaling it, writing down what you want, how you want it to be. You don't need to worry about exactly how it's going to happen, but how will it feel when you've got that thing, when you've accomplished that? How will you feel? What will you be able to do once you've accomplished that? What will it mean for your life? Really getting yourself in that space, like you're expecting this to happen, like you know this can happen, so you see it, so it's already real in your mind. There's loads of people who will say, the house that I live in now is the house that I used to visualize. It's exactly the house. It might even be one of the pictures that they cut out and put on their vision board. So anyway, this is my video, Naked Truth, about manifestation. I just wanted to do something that was really positive and that just hopefully gave you some food for thought and something to think about, because there's so much negativity going on in the world, and I just want you to know how powerful you are and how powerful your mind is. No one might ever have told you that before. You don't need to be mad intelligent. You don't need to be the best academic. None of that. You just need to start believing in yourself and the power of your mind. And there are loads of books out there that can really, really help. There's loads of videos on YouTube about manifestation. So maybe watch some and see if any of it rings true for you. Thanks for watching. This has been Naked Truth. My name is Claire O'Hammer. I will be back next week with another video. If there is something you would like me to discuss, please drop it in the comments section below. But for me, ciao for now. Yeah.